a $10. Found a father without a father, got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter. Okay, it's time to start the video now. Hi friends, welcome back, or just welcome if you're new. My name is Emily, and today I'm going to be doing the Hamilton book tag. So I'm sure you've noticed my new backdrop, and that is because I just moved and I got new bookshelves. I'm so beyond excited about these. I got them from IKEA. They're literally perfect. Now I can actually feel like a real booktuber because I have these white shelves. This tag was originally created by Maureen Keevy on YouTube, and it's very old. It's from like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. But this is a good time for me to do it because the first time that I watched Hamilton was just now, since it came out on Disney+, and wow, it was incredible. I remember going through my like Hamilton phase in my sophomore year of high school, I think it was, where I knew the words to every single song and I was singing them all the time. And it turns out that I still know the words to every single song because I was like mouthing them along with the actors as I watched the show. It was just such an incredible show. The choreography was awesome and the vocals were stunning, and wow, 11 out of 10. Please go watch it if you can. All right, I think that's enough talking and not doing the tag, so strap in, let's go. The room where it happens, a book world you would put yourself in. This is kind of hard because I feel like I would literally want to be in every single book world, even if they're dangerous, but I think I would have to go with the world of the Aurora Cycle by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. That world is just super intricate and complex, and there are all these little details. It would be really fun to explore, I feel like. The Schuyler Sisters, an underrated female character. For this one, I'm going to go with Camille from Enchanté by Gita Trelease, which was actually just retitled to All That Glitters, which is awesome. I haven't read this in a while, but I remember Camille being super tough and determined and passionate and kind, and honestly, what more could you want in a character? My Shot, a character that goes after what they want and doesn't let anything stop them. Just because I still have the Grisha trilogy on my mind, I'm gonna go with the Darkling. Very persistent, very persuasive, very, hot, but that's not the point. Okay, side note though, the fact that Ben Barnes is playing the Darkling in the Netflix series is just, how did we get so lucky? I mean, seriously, I can't wait. You'll Be Back, sassiest villain. Okay, so I could go two ways with this. I could do more of like the humorous sassy, which would land me in like the Percy Jackson series or the Heroes of Olympus series, or more of like an intimidating kind of flippant sassy, which would give me characters like Piper Greenmantle from the Raven Cycle, or honestly, Caroline Bingley from Pride and Prejudice. You know what? Why don't I just go with both? There's no one way to be sassy. Nonstop, a series you marathoned. Okay, so I have so many of these. Like, I've reread the Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus books countless times. I've marathoned the Raven Cycle quite a bit, but most recently I just read the Grisha trilogy, which was amazing, and I also just read the Alcatraz series, which was also very good. The lighting is changing. My windows are weird in here. I only have a north-facing window, so the lighting is really funky and weird. You know what? We're just gonna go with it. Here we are. This is the vibe that we have created in the studio today. Satisfied, a favorite book with multiple POVs. It's so hard to choose. I read a lot of books with multiple POVs, and I feel like picking just one is like a disservice to all the rest of them. Also, it's totally 100% cliche to say Six of Crows. But you know what? I'm going to. This book is just incredible. The POVs are so well written, and maybe I should stop talking about it because then I'll just end up gushing about Leigh Bardugo's writing again. But what else is new? Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, a book series that will be remembered throughout history. I'm gonna go with the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan. These books are already like a childhood staple in the lives of so many readers, but the fact that they're getting a Disney Plus adaptation, which I'm beyond psyched about, is just going to cement them into the minds of thousands of new readers. They're heartfelt and they're funny and they're representative of real life. I mean, except for the mythology come to life thing, but that's not the point. I firmly 100% believe that Percy Jackson should already have the immortal fame of Harry Potter, but that's a discussion for another day. Helpless, a relationship that you were rooting for from the start. Okay, I'm debating if I want to share something embarrassing. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I will admit that I was one of the bamboozled ones when I first read A Court of Thorns and Roses because I was totally rooting for Feyre and Tamlin. Obviously, My feelings changed as I continued reading the series, but I just felt like they were such a sweet and passionate couple at the beginning. I do really wish that Tamlin hadn't gotten so crusty, but Rhys also has his faults. So I guess that is yet another discussion to put a pin in. 10 Duel Commandments, favorite fight scene. I'm obsessed with the final battle at the end of Siege and Storm. It was just so well written and the pacing was great, and all the stuff that happened in it was like super juicy and intriguing and explored really well in the next book. Very solid fight scene. Say No to This, a guilty pleasure read. Okay, you know what? I really liked the Fifth Wave series by Rick Yancey. I know a lot of people think it's really cringy, and I can definitely see that, especially with the movie. Whoops. But I really liked the books. Back in high school, I was in forensics, and I took a cutting from the beginning of this first one to do as a monologue for the solo acting serious category, which in hindsight was probably not the best idea, but I really liked it at the time. And I don't know, I might reread these again. I remember being super shocked by The Last Star, which is the third one, so I guess it would be kind of interesting to read them again and see if I pick up on anything new. What comes next? A series you wish had more books. Okay, this isn't a series, but if I could live in the world of the Starless Sea forever, I would. Reading books in a magical underground cavern full of history and warm pastries? Sign me up. Right-hand man, favorite brotp. Alright, at least once a day I think about the Illyrian Bat Boys from the ACOTAR series. Like, Rhys, Cassian, and Azriel just live rent-free inside of my head. I love those boys. What did I miss? A book or series that you were late to reading? It would save us all some time for me to just list the books that I was on time reading because I'm a notoriously late reader, but something that I'm super behind on is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I haven't started reading it yet, but I am leaving room on my bookshelf here because I am almost certain that I will like them. And yes, I have Throne of Glass and Heir of Fire only. I accidentally bought Heir of Fire instead of Crown of Midnight. I'm literally just dumb. Okay, the next questions are a little bit spoilery, so be prepared. Stay alive, a character that you wish was still alive. So I'm not entirely sure if they're actually dead or not, but basically all of Squad 312 from the Aurora cycle, the end of Aurora Burning really left us all hanging. I have no idea what happened to them. If I had to make a guess, I would say Cal is probably the one who's for sure gone, and Tyler would be the next most likely. But as far as everybody else, I really don't know. I'm actually really upset about it. Burn, the most heartbreaking end to a relationship. Look, I 100% support Blue and Gansey and Adam and Ronan, but the way that Blue and Adam drifted apart in the Raven cycle was just sad. They both just felt like they didn't deserve love, or that there was something wrong with them and there was no way they could get it. Like, it was just really sad. But now they both have very supportive and loving boyfriends, so I really appreciate that. And finally, the Reynolds pamphlet, a book with a twist that you didn't see coming. If We Were Villains by ML Rio, hands down. Maybe I just didn't catch on to the clues, but I was totally shocked. Also, this book is amazing, so please go read it. Okay, my camera started going nuts, so I guess we have a little bit of a different angle for the end of this video. Sorry about that. And with that, the Hamilton book tag has been completed. This was actually so much fun, thinking of books to fit in all of the categories. I know I kind of mentioned the same books like over and over again, but I don't know, they just fit the questions. I would also love to hear your answers, so let me know if you feel very strongly about any of them down in the comments. Also, let me know if you have watched Hamilton, or like if you've seen it live, or if you saw it on Disney Plus, and what your thoughts are about that, because I could literally talk about that show all day. And that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you so choose, and I will see you next time. Happy reading!